Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my weekly review for this week's episode of Game of Thrones Season 6. This one's for Season 6, Episode 2, which is called Home. Sorry to keep you guys waiting for the review, and major spoiler warning for this one. I mean, if you haven't seen the episode, you better stop me, you better get out of here, because this one was amazing. Okay, so score 10 out of 10. Perfect episode. This was one of the best episodes of a TV series I have ever seen. I mean, Game of Thrones is just, it's really at another level than most of the other stuff that's on. I mean, we know that they spent over $100 million on this season, on doing the season, HBO, and home box office. And it really is. It's home box office. You get to watch a long-running story that is done in top-quality movie quality, and the story is so masterfully written. I hope it inspires and spawns all kinds of other series like this in the future down the road, and we get some more series that are this goddamn epic. So people were talking some shit about the predictions, the death predictions. People are like, Trev, what the hell, man? You forgot what show you're watching, this kind of stuff. Was I not spot on this week? Was I not like 100? Except, okay, the one exception is I did think that that Roose was going to be killed, but I did not see Ramsy being the one to do it. So, but let's talk about that in a bit. Let's first start with the resurrection sequence. Absolutely heart-pounding, amazing. We did the video last year as soon as Season 5 was coming to an end. I saw the comment. I've got the name. I got to find the name of the first guy who said this is going to happen, because I got to track it back. I was the first one to do a video on it, but it came from a comment, and I got to find the guy's name. I have it in one of my videos, so I'm going to get that. But they called it out exactly. They said that, well, you have Melisandre who's there, at Castle Black. Of course, Jon is killed, or he's dead at the time, and could it be possible that she could bring him back? And it's like the theory was so good, it just fit like a glove, and we absolutely read it, and that's what ended up happening this episode. After seeing the trailer, for a bit there, I was like, oh man, like Jon Snow in the trailer, this kind of thing, and then people pointed out that in the fight, you can see kind of the hair and stuff, and you can see him on horseback, and I wasn't sure from the trailer if it was him or not. I couldn't make up my mind on him. Like, it looks exactly like him, but sometimes in trailers stuff can look like, and it may not necessarily be him, but it looks like it probably is, because of course in this episode, like I said, spoiler warning, he is brought back to life by Melisandre, which was awesome, because I also liked how they kept us guessing to the last minute, right? At a point they're like, screw it, and she walks out, she like looks like she's failed, and she walks out and stuff, and the others walk out, Tormund and Sir Davos, and it's like, the door closes, and then they zoom in, and I'm like, oh, John, what time is it? How much longer we got? It's like, and then he wakes up. Oh man, that was incredible. And it's like, Game of Thrones is one of the most unpredictable shows ever made, for sure. But in this case, it looks like most of us were right that he did in fact get resurrected. So that was cool. It's been, and you guys got to understand, I've been talking about this on YouTube with people in comments for like a year now, since Season 5 ended, and I made those first videos on that, from you guys, and yeah, the person who commented was right. Spot on, man. Awesome theory, and it turned out to be correct. Amazing stuff. So I was, so excited, because I feel like they do need him in the show. I mean, they kill off a lot of characters. Like in this episode, look at all the other deaths there was. And even last week, too. Game of Thrones, insanely death-heavy series, of course, right? It changes season to season. Point of view characters get killed. Rob gets killed, and it's crazy, and no one saw it coming unless you heard the spoilers prior. And yeah, this was one where it's like, okay, you're questioning the show because it's Game of Thrones, so you really don't know what they're going to do. And it's like, oh, it seems like she'd probably bring him back, but will she? And right up until the end, they knew that we'd be questioning it, and they shot it in a way that made it so like I was glued at the end of like, oh man, what if, because I was thinking before he woke up, I was like, what if they do all this and it seems like it, and then he's just dead, and that's it. Because I wouldn't put it past Game of Thrones to do that to us. Like, make it seem like she's going to bring him back. It all fits. It all makes sense. And at the end, he's just dead. They walk out and the episode ends and he's just dead. Like, I would say I wouldn't be surprised after watching, the show for over 5 seasons now if that happened. So really excited about that. Really happy that Jon gets resurrected. Amazing episode. And yeah, this is definitely one of the best TV series ever made for sure. No question about it. I mean, quality-wise, just incredible. So aside from that, aside from the awesomeness that is that, really excited to see Jon back in episode 3 next week. I'll do the predictions in about an hour with you guys, and we'll talk about what we think is going to happen in next week's episode 3. So this one, home, it was cool. There was a few meetings of home here. You had a few mentions of it. You had Theon, who wants to go home, but Reek, who he doesn't really have anywhere to go. I mean, Yara's there, but his dad, of course, who's king of the Iron Islands, he's dead now. So, what if Theon's even able to make it back there? What kind of state is the place going to be in when he gets there? So that's the question right there. And I wouldn't be surprised. Like from him, I was thinking from his perspective, maybe he just wants to die because, and this will go into Ramsy right here, because if Ramsy catches him, he's going to wish he was dead. And so that's the end. But yeah, let's switch to Ramsy for sure. So Ramsy is the type of character where he is the worst kind of leader that unfortunately, is effective, right? Fear, the power of fear and people being afraid of him is stronger than their attachment or their love for Roose, right? And that was a really shocking scene, surprising scene, because they've had lots of scenes where you'll have Roose and you'll have Ramsy and they're talking, and you've got the thing going, and he has the boy and that. Ramsy sees his opportunity, sees it and seizes it and goes for it and kills him just like that out of nowhere. Where you have the Karstark men are behind him, and and then he tells the maester to say that he was poisoned, and then he repeats, how was he? And see, again, it's fear, right? These people are terrified of Ramsy. They know that he tortures people and he does all this stuff. It's a fate worse than death if he gets you. So because of that, it's like I almost thought Theon might ask Sansa to have Brienne kill him or something and just let him go, because he's been through so much that maybe he just at that time, suicide starts to make sense after you have a bad run-in with Ramsy and things don't go your way. So, wow, man, Ramsy killing, that was unexpected. I did think the Roose was going to die, and of course, Ramsy, I do think he's going to be killed off either this season or next season, depending on how the war goes and the fight goes and the battle and how long they want to kind of pace that out. We'll see. But, we'll discuss that more in the predictions video. But I was really shocked at the big death, and I was happy, too, because, and also, too, it's so within character. Ramsy is a sociopath. Ramsy is also, I would also classify him as a psychopath. He does enjoy hurting others. He is sadistic. He is cold. He doesn't feel guilty. When it comes to the baby, I thought he was just going to kill the baby himself, because it's like, for him, it's like, whatever. But he does displace it. And that means that so he displaces that because he doesn't seem to feel just about any guilt for any of the things he does. He is sadistic. He is a sociopathic. He is psychopathic. However, even that, killing a baby, he displaces. He does it. He gets the dogs to do it. Right? Boom. Displacement. That's an interesting. That's displacement is interesting, because when you have someone who can't do something themselves, for example, you have maybe Hitler or something like that. They may not necessarily be able to do what they do themselves and kill that many people, but through displacement, they're able to get someone else to do it. So rather than killing the baby and killing his mother in a way, right? His I guess adoptive mother or remarried mother, his mother, because right now that's as close thing he has. He gets the dogs to do it, and also with the baby. So he locks her in, and then he sicks the dogs on her. Which, I wouldn't put it past him to kill them himself anyway, because he's so screwed up. But even still, even though I would say he feels no guilt, even still, he does get them, because it's a baby, so that's tough, And this is also an interesting concept with regards to displacement and orders, and why you can have one person can give orders, and why systems can be more evil than individual people who do feel guilt and have to, as smashed up as your brain can be, and this gets in a whole different thing. Guilt is an interesting feeling, and it's very good to feel guilty. If you feel guilty in your life, that probably means you're a good person. The stronger guilt you feel, the better person you are. The less you feel, the more prone to evil you could be. That's what sociopath is. Feels no guilt, basically. Lacking a super ego. Doesn't feel bad about anything they do. In fact, they can go the other way and be so sadistic, which Ramsy is, that they enjoy the fact that they did evil. That's really screwed up. That's where you get into psychopathic territory. So Ramsy, one of the most evil characters in any show I've ever seen in my life. And he kind of came out of nowhere, because I didn't think that much of him. Like, I did not see him killing his dad at some point. And taking everything like that, and becoming the big bad of their group. I always pictured Roose as the big bad, and then Ramsy's kind of like his wild dog, his mad dog, which he knows as he refers to it. He knows that he is. He got the kennels and stuff. So he's about as good of a bad guy as you could possibly get. He's right up there with Joffrey, I think. And as much as I hate Joffrey, I'm like, do I hate Ramsy more? That's tough. Which one's more evil? That's tough. But he is a great bad guy because he's easy to hate. He is as evil as you can possibly get, and it's going to be great to see him attack the wall and Castle Black, and have Jon and the others fight against him. That's like almost your ultimate good guy versus bad guy type of standoff. So that should be amazing to see. I hope we see it by the end of season 6, but it could be so big that it might spill over into season 7. We'll see what happens with that. Incredible stuff there too. So aside from that, we have a quick scene with Children of the Forest. Was last time we got to see Bran, and we see him now. He's having some visions of the past. He's getting some previous. Isn't that cool? Like he's able to kind of see back. You can see how you get addicted to that. It's like if you could go back and watch yourself, when your parents were younger or something before they had you, or this kind of thing. Sorry, my heater kicked on. It'd just be cool. So you can see how he could get lost in that, just getting to see visions of the past and all these things happening with Ned and Benjen and that and Hodor. That was funny. So that was all good. I like those sequences there. I like the part with Theon and Brienne and the rest. And then we have King's Landing. In addition to all this, we have King's Landing and we have Tyrion stuff. Tyrion sets the dragons free, which was really cool. And I like that he did it himself, and that they responded well to him. They seemed to like him. And as he said, how smart the dragons are. The one tilts its head because he knows that that's where the bolt is to take the bolt out. So they are really smart. And that's kind of cool to hear. And I just love Tyrion's lines. He says, like, this is what I do. I drink and I know things. It's awesome. If I ever an idea like that again, punch me in the face. Punch me in the face. He's just got, Tyrion is like, for me, he's probably the most memorable character in Game of Thrones. Because in the beginning of the series, it feels like you wouldn't like him. And then as they go through, he's so well written. He's so fun to read, man, and to watch. He's just incredible. So we've got that, and let's go over the standoff between the High Sparrow and Jaime, which was also incredible. And of course, not to mention the wildlings coming in and the giant smash. There's two giant smashes. One giant smash from the wildlings, and then Robert Strong, boom. Sick. And the way they filmed it too was so sick because he didn't put any effort into it. Like, he's not like he had to like smash him a few times or something, or that he felt like his body was really behind it. No, he didn't wind up. He's just like, boof, like this, boof, just straight through into the wall and smack. And, oh man, that was incredible. So both the giant kill scenes were amazing. Really well shot, really cool. The blood splatter on the wall after, just unreal. So Sir Alistair's in a cell. I was hoping we'd see his death this episode, but maybe they're saving that for a bit. Jon's back now, so that'll be cool to see what he does with that. And wow, man, it's just like, if you look at each part, just so masterfully done, so amazing. And the High Sparrow against Jaime. So with that one, and Tommen and Cersei in there too. Oh man, and Robert Strong, so exciting. So Jaime realizes like High Sparrow's like kind of threatening him, saying we can overthrow an empire, this kind of deal. And as he walks away, and also showing that he has no fear. If Jaime wants to kill him, he's not going to feel bad about it. He's just going to be like, well, go ahead. If you want to kill me, kill me. And that kind of throws Jaime off. It's like, this guy, he doesn't want to die. He admits that he doesn't and everything like that, and he's afraid. But at the same time, too, he's not going to fight it if he does. It's like a wounded animal. You're not going to fight back type deal. And that throws the game off. Remember when you're a kid and kids get in fights and you get one kid that doesn't want to fight back and it just throws the whole thing through a loop. It's like, well, one kid wants to fight and the other doesn't want to fight. So now if this kid, the one that wants to fight, attacks the other one, and he won't fight back, it brought me back to grade school. So, I remember stuff like that happening. One kid would want to fight, and it's like, oh, okay, I guess they're not going to fight then. I don't know, unless he's going to attack him and just beat him or something. So that was cool. It's kind of like a threat that he sent to him and let him know, like, we can overthrow an empire. It's like, okay, let's see what happens here. Let's see what he got and what Jaime's going to do, if Jaime's going to decide to wait for his turn and then march right in with everybody and just annihilate them. I'm hoping that's what we're going to see this season, but that'd be too predictable. And this is Game of Thrones. It can't be too predictable. They got to throw us through some kind of, again, with Ramsy too, some loops here, some stuff that we didn't think we were going to see, and boom, they get us with it. So that's Game of Thrones, man. One of the best series of all time, no doubt, no question. this episode kicked my ass, man. This episode was incredible. So if you're new and you're not subscribed yet, well, first of all, what the hell are you doing? Subscribe, bottom left. I'll be doing reviews for every episode of the rest of the series. And if you like this video, guys, come on, please thumb it up. Help me out here. I love doing Game of Thrones videos. I want you guys to at least like them a little bit. Thumb it up. And if you got a Facebook, you want to share through to Facebook, I'd appreciate it. You can share through to Google Plus or whatever else too you like, Twitter and that, if you got a Twitter account. And that's pretty much all I got to say for this one. Home killed it as the second episode, better than the premiere, one of the best episodes of any series I've ever seen. I absolutely am ecstatic about it. I'm still buzzing. So 1 hour, and I'll have the predictions video posted for you guys. Write your comments. Let me know what you guys think about this. Where are you at with this? How do you feel? And that's it for this video. I'll see you guys again in an hour. It's Trev, and I'm saying peace. See you guys.